Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. So guys, in this video we are going to solve complete sample paper of TCS Ignite and Smart Hiring. This video is going to be super helpful for you if you are going to appear for your exam really soon. Okay, so make sure that you watch the video and try to solve the questions that are there in this video, because the best part about this video is along with questions you will also get the solutions also, so that at any point if you don't know how the solution is, then you can watch that solution and then you can prepare best in the best possible way. Okay, so guys, it has taken a lot of hard work for me to create this video, because 51 questions, and to solve every single question it takes a lot of effort. So please, if you consider this effort of mine, please consider subscribing to the channel, like this video so that it reaches to a lot of audience, and also please write your review in the comment section that what if you have found this helpful or not. Write that. And there are two DIY questions as always by the end of this video. Make sure to attempt that. So I don't want to waste much time. Just that if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, because it is important. And also there is a complete preparation series that is there on the TCS Smart and Ignite prep. Make sure to check that too. Already a lot of videos are posted based on practice questions. This will be also helpful. And this is the smart hiring question paper that I have solved in this video, so just for your knowledge. Okay, so let's now start with our first question and first section. Let's look at this question. So in this question, what we need to do is, let's first read the problem statement. The first and the last sentences S1 and S4 of a passage are given, whereas some sentences S2 and S3 are missing. Identify the alternatives that will meaningfully fill in the blanks against S1 and S2 respectively. Basically what we are told is we have four sentences S1, S2, S3 and S4, and the positions of S1 and S4 are correct. Now we need to select S2 and S3, right? What will come in S2 and S3, and we are given four options. So out of four options we have to select which one will come in S2 and then which one will come in S3, and we are given different options. Okay, so first let's read the statements which are already given, and then we will analyze what will come in S2 and S3. A train journey changed Gandhi's life and eventually the course of history. Okay, then we have sentence 2 and sentence 3, and the final sentence is, but I have a first class ticket, Gandhi said. That doesn't matter, replied the conductor. No coloreds. Okay, so let's see. We have these alternatives. First, let's give these alternatives a read, and then we will see what will come in those sentence 2 and sentence 3. Mahatma Gandhi pushed the Brits out of India with some unorthodox methods that we often take for granted. The conductor insisted Gandhi to move to the third class. It was 1893 late at 9 in South Africa that a barrister named M.K. Gandhi was traveling first class when a white passenger entered the compartment, took one look at him and summoned the conductor. Should he retreat to India or remain in South Africa and fight injustices like the one he has just experienced? See, so guys, in first sentence, the correct one that will come will be R. Okay, so here R will come. Why so? Let's read this. See, option R is basically setting the scene. Okay, because when you read statement first, it is saying a train journey changed Gandhi's life and eventually the course of history, right? And then this is setting up the like, what do we say? This is setting up the scene of the paragraph, right? So option R is the correct place in sentence 2, because it is setting the scene by providing essential background details like time and then place and then Gandhi's status, right? So all these things are mentioned there. That is why R will come in the first sentence, and then what will come is in the third sentence will come Q. Okay, so Q, that is the conductor insisted Gandhi to move to the third class. So Q basically is describing the immediate trigger of the dramatic exchange. Basically, see what it is going on is, in R, late night in South Africa, the barrister named M.K. Gandhi was traveling first class when a white passenger entered the compartment, took one look at him and summoned the conductor. See, and where the sentence was ending, like he summoned the conductor. So after the conductor is summoned, what will happen? That should be continued. So this statement is correctly mentioning that. That is why the conductor insisted Gandhi to move to the third class. Okay, so the correct answer that we have got is R and Q. Okay, so which is option number D in our case. So the correct answer for this question is going to be option number D. Okay, so let's now move on to the next question. Let's read this question. Again, we are given four sentences, and the first and fourth sentences are already given. We need to find what will come in sentence number 2 and sentence number 3, and we have four options. Okay, let's first start reading with the sentence 1. Gallon of pergamum was a Greek physician, surgeon, and philosopher in the Roman Empire. And the final sentence is, and yet Galen never conducted anything resembling an experiment. Okay. So, see, let's first quickly give a read to all the alternatives that we have. His writings were indisputable source of medical authority for more than 1,000 years. It will be feel made with arrogance, hubris, and sheer lack of scientific rigor. Doubt is no fearful thing, as we'll soon learn. It is, in fact, what propels science forward. Considering to be one of the most important accomplished of all medical researcher, Galen influenced the development of various scientific disciplines, including anatomy, physiology, pathology, pharmacology, and neurology. See, now see, actually what will come in sentence number 2 is option number S. Okay, let's see how. Because for that we have to read first statement again. Galen of Pergamum was a Greek physician, surgeon, and philosopher in the Roman Empire, considered to be one of the most accomplished of all medical researchers. Galen influenced the development of various scientific disciplines. See, we were talking about Galen, and then the further communication about Galen is only happening, right? That they are still talking about Galen only. So that is the continuation. That is why we have taken S as the sentence number 2. And then what will come in the next sentence is it will be sentence number P. Okay, let's try to read it. So the sentence of Galen was ending here. Okay, that is Galen influenced the development of various scientific disciplines, including anatomy, physiology, pathology, pharmacology, and neurology. Then we are talking more. Okay, what apart from that he has done. So that is what we are writing. His writings were the indisputable source of medical authority for more than 1,000 years. Right. So then that's why the correct answer that will come here will be P. And finally, and yet Galen never conducted anything resembling an experiment. So the correct answer will be sequence S and then sequence sentence number P. So what is the option? So option C is the correct answer for this one. Hope you have understood it. And if you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. Let's now move on to the next question. So we are given this question. Let's read out the question first. Sentences of a paragraph are given below in jumbled order. Arrange the sentences in the correct order to form a meaningful and coherent paragraph. So we are given 4 sentences. We have to rearrange them to make a meaningful paragraph. Let's try to rearrange the sentences. First, we will give the sentences a read and then we will rearrange them. The first sentence is, Raja was the shoeshine boy. Raja was hardworking and wanted to take care of his family. So after school, he would sit near a cinema hall and polish shoes for a living. He lived with his mother and sister in a small juggi. See, so the first thing is we are starting to talk about Raja, right? So first sentence will be Raja A. Okay, that is Raja was a shoeshine boy. Okay, then next sentence that will come will be about where he is living. So he lived with his mother and his sister in a small juggi. Okay, then sentence D will come. Then what will come is sentence B. That is Raja. Raja was hardworking and wanted to take care of his family. Okay, so then the next sentence is sentence number B and then C. Okay, see, the last sentence is, so after school he would sit near a cinema hall and polish the shoes for a living. So this is the correct sentence, that is A, D, B and C. The correct answer is option number A. Basically you have to make the arrangement in such a way that this paragraph is meaningful when we read it. Okay, let's now move on to the next question. We have this question. Okay, let's read it. Select the most appropriate option that can substitute the underlined segment in the given sentence. So we have a part of the sentence which is underlined and we have to kind of find a one word substitution for this particular part. Okay, let's see the sentence that we have. We live in a society that is not bound or connected to a religion or a religious body. Okay, so we have the different options as orthodox, rudimentary, organic and secular. See, there are different options and let me tell you the meaning of each. Okay, then it will be easier for you to decide what will come. Okay, because you should know the like reason or the meaning for all of this. Okay, so see, orthodox means what? Implies adherence to traditional or established beliefs. Okay, so basically orthodox means it implies adherence to traditional or established beliefs. Okay, whatever the beliefs are there, we have to follow that. So, but see, here it is not about that, right? It is something else, not bound or connected to a religion or religious body. So that is something else. Okay, so rudimentary means what? Rudimentary means basic. We can say basic or primitive. Okay, but again, this is not about like basic or primitive also. Let's see the next one. Organic. Organic typically refers to natural growth or like composition, right? We know that. So this is also not something which is like exactly similar to this. and last one is secular. So secular is exactly correct, and the exact meaning of this, because see, secular means what? Secular means non-religious. Okay, non-religious. So non-religious or separate from religional institutions, basically. Okay, secular means that. So the correct answer in this case will be secular, because secular means what? Not bound or connected to a religion or a religious body. Okay. So moving on now. So then in this case, the correct answer is going to be option number D, which is secular. Okay. Hope you have understood the answer. So let's move on to the next question now, guys. So before we move on to the next question, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so, because it takes a lot of hard work to create this kind of content for all of you, and that too for free of cost. So please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, give this video a like so that it reaches out to more students and they can also prepare for it, and it also gives me a motivation to bring more such content for all of you in future. Okay, let's now look at this question. Again, we have the similar kind of question, that is select the most appropriate option to substitute the underlined state segment in the given sentence. We have this sentence. Okay, let's read it out, and this is the underlined segment. Sujata may not be with us in this world anymore. Her mark, however, remains impossible to forget or remove. Okay, so see, again we have different options. Let me tell you quickly the meaning of this. Invincible. Okay, see, invincible means something which is unbeatable or too powerful to be defeated. Okay, so we can say invincible means what? Unbeatable. Okay, but here it is what? Impossible to forget, not impossible to beat. Okay, right? So that is why invincible will not be the correct answer in our case. Let's see fallible. See, fallible means what? Capable of making mistakes. Okay, so capable of making mistakes. Okay, but this is totally not making sense here, right? So this will also not be the correct answer. Next is gullible. Okay, gullible means what? Gullible means what? Gullible means easily, something which is which can be someone which can be easily tricked. Okay, so again this one is also not the correct option. Yes, indelible is the correct answer. Why so? Because indelible is what? Means it is impossible to forget or remove. The exact meaning of this thing is only indelible. Okay, so I hope you understood it. So the correct answer in this case is option number D. See guys, the main thing is whenever these kinds of questions comes and when you are practicing, it is very important that you try to practice these new words, right? Because you never know, it will come anytime handy in your other questions, right? So try to increase your vocabulary as much as possible. Okay, let's now move on to the next question. Select the most appropriate meaning of the underlined idiom. We have this idiom and we have to tell what is the meaning of it. Let's read the sentence. My brother loves Sundays because on that day he can be a couch potato. Okay, what is the idiom that we have? I would say most of us have already heard about it, right? So you can guess it. I would suggest, before directly seeing the answers, guys, please pause for a minute and then think of the solution in your mind. You will easily be able to think. If not, if you are not able to think, then you can proceed with the solution. Let's see the options that we have. A person who eats potato. No, this is not the correct answer. A lazy person. Yes. Couch potato is basically what? Couch potato is someone who is very lazy, right? The idiom couch potato is commonly used to describe someone like who is very lazy, typically like spending long hours sitting on the couch, right, without doing any much activity. So it is like not specifically mean someone like who eats potatoes, sleeps all day, or is simply allowed to use the sofa. Thus the most appropriate meaning is a lazy person, because see, these are what? A person who sleeps every day, whole day, right? That is also not making sense. Is allowed to use sofa. These are like very literal meanings, right? A couch potato, see, this is like related to sofa and couch. So someone who does not know might select this one as the answer. Someone who does not know again the meaning of it might select first one as the answer, because potatoes is coming. So you have to understand the meanings of the idioms also, and the very commonly or regularly used idioms. Moving on to the next question now again. So we have this question. Let's see first of all this question. Okay, that is select the most appropriate meaning of the underlined idiom. We have this idiom. Okay, let's try to understand the answer for this one. First, read the statement or the sentence. She was head and shoulders above the others in her dance performance, and the options are much taller than, far superior than, quite odd form, and very jealous of. So see, these all options are very clear to you, right? So I am directly going to tell you the correct answer, that is she was far superior than others in her dance performance. So the correct answer in this case is going to be option number B. Okay, so the option number B is the correct answer, because she was superior or good than others, right? So this is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question, which is the following sentence has been split into 4 segments. Identify the segment that contains a grammatical error. Let's see the segments that we have. It was said that if you yawned beneath the tree, the prat would jump down your throat and ruin your your throat and ruin your digestion. Okay, so we have to tell which of the sentence has grammatical error in it. So the options that we have is like, again, the different parts of sentences only are given as the options. The correct answer in this case would be this part. Okay, that is, the prat would jumped down. See guys, if you will read properly, you will get to know, okay, in one go only, that there is some problem related to verb form. Okay, that is jumped here. See, it should not be jumped. Let me tell you why. See, in this segment, what is happening? The error is with the verb form jumped, which is following would, because see, it is coming after would, right? So in conditional constructions, what happens is, with would, the base form of the word should be used, right? Therefore, this should be the correct sentence, or this part would be, the prat would jump. Okay, the prat would jump down. See, because we are using would, right, which means this is not about past tense. So that is why, how can we use jumped here, right? So hope you understand it. This is a grammatical error. So that is why the correct answer in this case would be option number C. See, we don't have to tell the correct sentence. We just have to figure out which part has the grammatical error, and then our work is done. Let's look at this question. So we have this question, that is, select the most appropriate synonym of the given word. We are given a word, we have to tell the most appropriate synonym or the meaning of this word. Okay, the word is comprise, and the options that we have are include, reject, exclude, and abandon. So see, in this one, the correct answer is going to be include. Okay, because the word comprise means what? To consist of or to include. In other words, when something when something comprises several parts, it includes them as its component. Therefore, include is the most appropriate synonym to this word comprise. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is going to be option number A. Moving on to the next question now. So in this question, again, we need to find out the most appropriate synonym of the given word, and the word is knave. And the options that we have are fraud, idealist, selfish, and paragon. Okay, so the word that is that we have is knave. Okay, let's see what can be the answer for this question. Before that, I'll tell you the meaning of the word knave. Okay, what knave means is, see, the word knave refers to a dishonest or uncultured or unscrupulous person. Okay, basically, what does that mean? Person who is dishonest. Okay, so knave means what? Dishonest person, you can say. Okay, now with this you will get the hint. Dishonest person is what? Fraud, right? The correct answer in this case would be fraud. So just to give you an idea about the other the meanings of the other words, idealist is what? Idealist is someone who is having high ideals. Okay, so this is a positive word basically. Idealist is someone who is having high ideals. And selfish, we all know, someone very concerned with their own interest. Okay, and what is paragon? So paragon means a mode of excellence or a model of excellence, basically someone who is a model of excellence. Okay, so for that we use the word paragon, but in this case the correct answer was fraud, because the meaning of the word knave is what? A dishonest person. So the correct answer is option number A, which is fraud. Moving on to the next question now. We have this question. The following sentence has been split into 4 segments. Identify the segment that contain grammatical error. Let's read out the sentence. The moon was a good 2 hours higher than when I had last seen. The sky and the night, too rainy, was much light. Okay, so we have to tell which part of the sentence has error. So the correct answer in this case would be was much light. Okay, let me tell you the reason for it. See, the segment was much light is grammatically incorrect, because in this context the sentence intends to compare the brightness or quality of the night, right? So, and the phrase should either be was much lighter. Okay, instead of it should be was much lighter. Okay, because what is happening, the comparison is happening, right? So that is why we should say lighter instead of light. So hope you have understood it. Next, the correct answer would be option number option number D. Okay, which is was much lighter. Let's move now to the next question. we have this question. The following sentence has been split into 4 segments. Identify the segment that contains a grammatical error. Let's read out the sentence. One Sunday, when the lady has chained him as when the lady has chained him up as usual and was about halfway through the forest, she suddenly thought she hears the cracking of a tree branch. See, in this case, the correct answer would be this one because it has grammatical error in it. See, she hears the cracking of a tree branch is the wrong answer because the error lies in the tense inconsistency with the sentence. Okay, so see, we have the thing that is she suddenly thought, right? So she suddenly thought is in the past tense. Okay, so the subsequent clause also should be in the past tense, but according to this, it is not in the past tense, right? So it should be she heard the crackling, okay, of a tree branch. Basically, hears is a wrong word here, so instead of it should be heard. Okay, and I told you the reason because see, sometimes in order to find out the answer you have to see the preceding sentence also, because this sentence is talking in past tense. So how can we use the word hears, right? It should be heard. She heard the crackling of a tree branch. So in this case the correct option is option number D. See guys, in question we know that our main aim is to just find the error part only, not the reason for, or what, not the, we don't have to correct them. Okay, but we can only find out which has error once we know what is the error, right? So that is why we are practicing in such way. Moving on to the next set of question. Okay, now we have a question which is related to reading comprehension. Okay, now in this kinds of question what we usually need to do is we will be given a passage, we have to read it, and then we have to complete the following sentence or the subsequent sentence. I would suggest you that, okay, I will also read by myself, but you also pause the video for a minute, read the entire passage, and then we will take up the questions. Okay, so I am starting to read the passage now. Gregor Mendel was born in a poor farmer's family in Austria in 1822. He was very fond of his studies, but very thought of examinations made him nervous. He did not have money to study at the university, so he thought of becoming a monk in the monastery. He thought from there he would be sent to study further, which he was, but to become a scientist teacher. He had to take an exam. He got so nervous that he kept running away from the exam and keep failing. But he did not stop doing experiments. For 7 years, he did experiments on 28,000 plants in the garden of monastery. He worked hard, collected many observations, and made a new discovery. Something the scientists at that time could not even understand. They understood it many years after his death. When other scientists did such experiments and read what Mendel had already written, what did Mendel find in those plants? He found that the pea plant has some traits which come in pairs. Okay, let's now see the next passage. Like this is the same kind of passage, only the next paragraph of that passage. Like the seed is either rough or smooth, it is either yellow or green, and the height of the plant is either tall or short, nothing in between. The next generation, the children of the plant which has either rough or smooth seeds, will also have seeds which are rough or smooth. There is no seed which is mixed, a bit smooth and a bit rough. He found the same with color. Seeds which are either green or yellow give rise to new seeds which are either green or yellow. The next generation does not have seeds with a mixed new color made from both green and yellow. Mendel showed that in the next generation of pea plants, there will be more plants having yellow seeds. He also showed that the next generation will have more plants with smooth seeds. What a discovery. Okay, so now we have read the complete passage. Now guys, in order to save time in this video, I'm not going to again and again read the passage. I'm just going to tell you the answer, but it should be very clear to you that you might need to read the passage twice or thrice or even 4 times also if required, because you see, for every question you might have to go into the passage and read out that which exact part is talking about this question which is being asked. Okay, but here in order to save time, I'm just telling you the answers in one go. Okay, let's see the question that we have. Question is which of the following is the most appropriate title of this passage? So see what the passage is talking about. Based on that, we have to suggest a title for this passage. Okay, let's see the options that we have. The color of peace, an amazing discovery, a rare quality, gardening in the monastery. See, so if you guys have also paid it with some attention, you might feel that the correct answer will be option number B. Okay, the correct answer in this case is option B. Let's move on to the next question, which is select the most appropriate antonym of the given word. So we have the given word height. Okay, and then we have to tell the antonym of it. The options that we have are length, stature, depth, and figure. So see guys, in this case, even though I would suggest that, I would say that this question is not even related to passage. Even if this is a like separate question that is given to you individually also you can figure out, right, the correct answer. The correct answer in this case is going to be depth, which is going to be option number C. Moving on to the next questions based on this passage only. Okay, so the question is, select the most appropriate synonym of the given word. The given word that we have is traits. The options are actions, qualities, components, and routines. So the correct answer in this case is going to be qualities. Okay, traits means qualities, that is why we are selecting this word. And just to tell you what other words means, actions means actions implies things that someone does. Okay, and components means what? Components, it refers to the parts of a whole thing, right? And routines means what? Routine pertains to the habitual actions. Okay, so these are very pretty basic words, so you also can like guess the correct answer in that case. Let's see the next question that we have based on the passage. Why did Mendel join a monastery? The options are because he was interested in religion, because he was too nervous to pass the exam, because he wanted to continue his experiments there, because he didn't have money to study further. See, like if you have read the passage, the correct answer is because he did not have money to study further. Okay, it was there in the first paragraph itself on line number 2 or 3 if you have noticed it correctly. The correct answer for this is going to be option number D, which is because he didn't have money to study further, he joined a monastery. Okay, the next question is, select the statement which is not correct. Okay, just make sure that you are selecting a statement which is not correct from the passage. Let's read the statements that we have. Mendel conducted experiments for 7 years on 28,000 plants. Okay, Mendel found that every pea has seeds which are either smooth or rough. Mendel found that the seeds of the next generation are in mixed new shades. And the option D is, Mendel found that the seeds of the next generation are rough or smooth. So see, if you have also read the passage correctly, we have seen that he already, like he told at many places that the traits of the seeds is going to be either one, okay, either rough or smooth, or one color, okay, either green or yellow. So this option C is a contradictory statement, which is wrong in this case. If you read this again, Mendel found that the seeds of the next generation are in mixed new shades. This is totally wrong. He never said that, right? He told that seeds will have only one color, either green or either yellow. And at one point he also told that there will be more yellow that we will be able to see, okay, in future. But so the correct answer is option C. Basically, he never said that there will be mixed shades. Okay, instead he said the other thing, that there will be no mixed shades. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is option number C. Let's look at this question. So we have a equation and we need to solve and find out the value of this. Okay, so let's see how we will solve this. So see, what we will do is, I will try to simplify the values. So 11 5 by 7, how can we write it as 11 into 7 plus 5, right? So that will be what? 11 into 7 plus 5 will be 77 plus 5, right? So 77 plus 5 is what? 82 divided by 7. Okay, so I'm simplifying the values and then we will solve it quickly. Again, next value, how can we solve it? 14 into 8, that will be 112. 112 plus 3 is 115. Okay, divided by 14. Now we have simplified these values, right? Now let's see what we need to do further. So we need to solve this one now. Okay, let's try to solve this quickly. How can we solve this one now? Okay, so in order to solve this, what I will do is, I will do 82 by 7 into 2 and into 2 both in numerator and denominator. Okay, so and minus 115 by 4 here. So when I do this, what I will get is 82 into 2 is 164 divided by 14 minus 115 divided by 14. See, now our new denominator is same, so it will be easy for us to solve, right? So 164 minus 15 is what? 49 by 15, right? 49 by 15 we have got. And when you solve, sorry, not 49 by 15 but 49 by 14, when you solve this one, you will it will get cut off, okay, by 7. So we will get 7 by 2. So we have simplified this first part. Okay, now let's use the second part and solve it. So we have the second part as 5 by 8 minus 19 by 56. So in order to solve it, again what I will do, I will multiply this one. Okay, that is with 7, 8 multiplied by 7 minus 19 by 56. So 5 multiplied by 7 is what? 35 divided by 56, and here also in the denominator 56 will be there, so I am writing it commonly. Okay, so 35 minus 19 is 16. Okay, then 16 by 56 here we will have. So again we can cut this by 8. So 8 2s are 16 and 8 7s are 7. Okay, so when you will solve it further, you will get this equation. Now I am writing the complete equation here. So this first part Okay, this much is what? 7 by 2, right? And this much is what? 2 by 7, right? Multiplied by 2 by 7. Okay, and then we have the remaining part of 0.75. So if you see this, this will be what? 7 by 7 and 2 by 2, this will be 1, right? So what we got it? 1 of 0.75. And off means what? I hope you are aware, off means multiplication. Okay, so 1 into 0.75. So the final answer for this will be 0.75. So see guys, like when I was explaining, this was tough, but when you try to solve on your own, you can do it very quickly. Okay, if you have the good practice of solving question. So the correct answer in this case is going to be option number D, that is 0.75. Let's move on to the next question now. Let's look at this question. So we have this question. What it is asking is, which symbol among the expanded form of acronym BODMAS should replace hash in the given expression? So we have an expression like this, okay, and here we are given a symbol hash. Now we have to tell whether hash should be a multiplication sign or a division sign, a subtraction sign or a addition sign. Okay, so see guys, in order to solve this question, I would say like you don't have to simplify this equation, because you know simplifying won't help. Okay, understand this one first. So let us consider this one, that this much part, okay, like from here till here, okay, that is this whole part, we can say it as some value. Okay, we don't know what value, but we are like right now naming it as some value, and then there is this hashtag, right, and then our value which is 0.09 bar, right, and then -1 is equals to -1. So we have simplified it equation in our for our simplicity and written in this way. Okay, now here hash is what? It is a placeholder for some operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication or division. This is given to us in the question, right? Now before we proceed further, let me tell you, 0.9 bar, okay, 0.09 bar, it is like this. How this can be written? This is what usually 0.09 bar is means like this, okay, continue 999. Okay, now if you write it in this fraction way, it will be 1 by 11. Okay, simply you can do that by removing the decimal, and when you simplify it, it will be this. So we are going to use this fraction value, okay, in our case. So let me write it again. So 1 by 11 some value hash and equals to -1. Now let's try to find out some value. Okay, so it will be what? -1. And then see, we don't know right now that what is the sign here. So let us consider minus, okay, for now. So if you do -1 and this one will be -11 and some value, right? So how much it will come? -1 plus 1 by 11, right? This one will come here, right? If you see -1 is here, and then this one will go there. So this will be, if you solve it, it will be -11 by 11 plus 1 by 11, which is going to be -10 by 11. Okay, now this means that first part of the expression is what? -10 by 11, and subtracting. So let's try to put this value now in our equation. Okay, -10 by 11 and -1 by 11, this will be equals to -1, right? Why so? Because see, -10 -11 will get added, so it will be -11 by 11, and this is -1. So when we have found out the value of some value to this one, this equation is actually satisfying, which means it is correct, right? So that is why the answer of this case is subtraction only. Okay, because see, we have assumed the value has to be minus, and what is the value of some value that we have got? When we are putting that in the equation, we are getting the actual final equation to be true, right? In the same way, why other options are not the correct one, let me tell you. See, if addition we have got it, okay, and if we have added, okay, like 1 by 11 here, instead of minus, if we would have done plus, then it would have become more than -1. Okay, the final answer would have become more than -1. So that is why like if it would be like this, so our thing will be what? -9 by 11, which is not satisfying the equation, right? And in the same case with multiplication or division also, they would also not correctly adjust the value to result in -1. That is why our final conclusion is that the only operation that is making the whole expression equals to -1 is what? Subtraction. Okay, so in this way we have to solve this equation. Let's look at this question. So we have the question as, the average age of class of 20 students is 15 years. If the age of teacher is included, which is 30 years, what is the new average age? Okay, so see, let's see how can we solve these kinds of problems. First of all, what we need to find is new average age, right? So before that, let's first see what is the total age. Okay, so total age can be written as average age, okay, plus multiplied by number of students. Okay, so now let's find the total age. So average age that is given to us is what? 15 years. See, the average age of class of 20 students is 15 years. So we will write the value of average age here. Then the number of students is how much? A number of students is 20, right? Now 15 into 20 is 300. So total age we can say is 300 years. Okay. One more thing that is given to us is age of the teacher is included, which is 30 years. So teacher's age is what? Teacher's age is 30. Okay. So the new total age that we will have is what? New total age. See, our previous total age was 300 years, and in that we will add the age of teacher, which will be 30. So our new total age is 330. Now since we have the new total age, we can find out the new average also. So let's try to find the new average. So for new average, what we can do is new average will be is equals to new total age first of all. Okay, and divided by what? Total number of people. Total number of people. This is how we find averages, right? So new total age is what? New total age is 330, and total number of people is how much? See, we were told that in the class of 20 students, previously 20 students are there, but in our new calculation, one more person is added, which is teacher. So we will take the new value as 21 for the total number of students. Okay, when you will divide this, it will come approximately equals to 15.7 years. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is going to be option number B, which is 15.7 years. Hope you understood the logic. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. Let's now move on to the next question. Let us look at this question that we have. A company sells 100 widgets in a month. If 20% of the widgets are defective, how many defective widgets did the company sell? So see, this is a basic easy question only, guys. Let's try to solve it. So total widgets is equals to how many that we have? 100, right? And then percentage of defective widgets. So percentage of defective widgets is given to us is 20, right? Which means 20% of the widgets are defective. So we have to find out number of defective widgets, right? So number of defective widgets which will be how much? 20% of 100, right? We can say, because total is 100 and 20% are defective. So let's try to solve this. 20 by 100 into 100. This will be 20. So 20 widgets are defective ones now. So we have to tell how many defective widgets did the company sell. So see, we have found out the number of widgets which are defective. So the correct answer for this question is company sells 20 defective widgets, which is option number D. Let's look at this question now. Ramesh sold the stock of the company X for 7,200 rupees and incurred a loss of 40%. At what price should he have sold the stock to have gained a profit of 25%? So let us understand the question, what it is asking. It is asking what price Ramesh should have sold the stock. Like sold the stock means what? Sold the stock means selling price is being asked here, right? So see, we are getting asked the question of selling price. Okay, and this is desired selling price, we can say, right? Because they are asking what price should he have sold, right? So desired selling price we can say is what? It can be our cost price plus how much percentage they are mentioning. If we would have gained a profit of 25%, right? So how we will calculate is 25% what? Profit. Okay, so 25% of profit we can say. So let's calculate these values first, because you see we don't have cost price given to us. Okay, so our first aim should be to find the cost price. See, so how can we find the cost price? What we are told is Ramesh sold the this in the first line we are told Ramesh sold the stock of the company at 40% loss, right? So what we can write is selling price is equals to cost price multiplied by 1 minus loss percent. Okay, now what is this? See, what he has sold a product at loss, right? So whatever was the cost price, in that he also had the loss out of it. So cost price minus loss we can say. Okay, so let's try to solve it. Let's substitute the values here now. So selling price is how much? 7,200, and then cost price we need to find out, and then 1 minus loss percentage. So 1 minus loss percent is how much? 40%. So 40% we can write it as 0.4, right? So now we will solve these values. So cost price is equals to 7200 divided by 1 minus 0.4 is 0.6. Okay, so that we will get it as 12,000. Okay, when you solve it, we will get it as 12,000. So we have found out the value of cost price. So guys, I hope you have understood this part. That is why we are doing 1 minus loss percent. Basically, this is the formula only. Okay, you can say this is the formula. Whenever we have a loss and we have to find the selling price, we calculate it in this way. That is our cost price and how much of the loss that has happened. So basically, if you understand, see, if your loss has happened, then what you will do, out of total, you will deduct that loss amount. That is why we do this 1 minus loss percent. Okay. Now let's move forward and find our final answer. So in our final answer, what we have to find out, selling price, right, which is desired selling price. So desired selling price, what we have thought is, first we will need cost price. So now we have found out the cost price, and then 25% profit. What if we would have 25% profit? So if we would have got 25% profit, then what we would do, 1 plus profit percentage. Okay, because I told you, right, whenever we have selling price, this is the formula only. If we incur a loss, then we do 1 minus loss percent, and if we have a profit, then we do 1 plus profit percent. And why 1? Because we consider that 1 is the total, right? So that is why. So let's substitute the values here. 12,000 plus 1 plus 0.25. Why 0.25? Because it is 25 percentage. So solving this will give us what? 12,000 plus 1.25. Okay, which will be equals to 15,000. Hope you have got the answer. So the correct answer in this case is option D, which is 15,000. Okay, moving on to the next question now. Let's look at this question. So in this question, we are told a person purchased 15 pumpkins, each of 20 rupees. 2 pumpkins were rotten, hence he disposed them, and remaining was sold at 25 rupees. Find the rate of loss or profit. Okay, so we are asked, first of all, we have to check whether he got loss or profit, and then whatever he has, if he has profit, then we have to calculate the profit percent. If he got loss, then we have to calculate the loss percent, and we have different options as profit percentage and loss percentage. So we have to find out. So half of our work will be done if we figure out if he got loss or profit, because then only like rest of the 2 other options will get eliminated. For example, if he got profit, then the loss options will get eliminated, right? So let's consider that for now. If we have to find profit percentage, okay, profit percentage, what is the formula for that? So for profit percentage, the formula is profit divided by total cost. Okay, total cost multiplied by 100. Now for that, we need total cost first of all, right? So let's try to calculate the total cost. See, what we are told is total cost is equals to, what we are told is he bought 15 pumpkins, right, at 20 rupees each. So what we can do, 15 into 20, this will give us how much? 300, right? So this is his total cost at which he has bought the pumpkins, okay, at 300 rupees. Or you can also say total cost is nothing but cost price also. Okay, now see, we have got the total cost, right, which is 300. Now we need to check whether he has got profit or loss, right? So for that, what we will do is we will determine how many pumpkins he has sold and what rate. Okay, so which is called a selling price, right? So see, it was told that 2 pumpkins out of the total was rotten. So which means how many he sold? 13 he sold, and at what rate he sold? He sold them at 25 rate, right, which is 25 rupees. So his selling price that he has got is 13 into 25. When you will multiply 13 and 25, you will get 325 rupees. So see, he bought it at 300 and he sold it at 325. So clearly we have a profit, right? Because the selling price is greater than cost price. So that is why the profit in our case would be 325 minus 300, which is going to be 25. So he got a profit of 25 rupees. Okay, now since we have the profit value, so see, I already told you, right, once half of our work will be done once we find out the profit or loss, right? So we have found out that it is a profit, so we have eliminated the loss percentage values, right? Now we have to find out the profit percentage. So if I put the profit value here, and then if I'll solve it, what we get? These 0 will get cancelled out, and then we will have 25 by 3, and then this is the percentage, right? So let's see if we have that option. Yes, we do have first option as this one, which is 25 by 3 percentage profit he has got. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is option number A. Okay, hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. In this question, we are given that if a company sells a bike with a marked price of 78,000 and gives a discount of 5% on 60,000 and 3% on the remaining amount. Okay, so basically the total amount is divided into two parts and different percentage of discount is given on every part. Okay, then we are asked, then the actual price charged by the company for a bike is how much? Okay, like after selling, what is the actual price? We have to find out that one. So see, we'll note down some data first of all, okay, before solving this question. So see, we are given marked price value. So marked price given is 78,000, okay. 78,000. What is the next value that is given to us? First portion value is also given to us. So first portion is how much? It is 60,000, right? 60,000, yes. So remaining portion it is not given, but we can find out remaining portion will be how much. It will be obviously total minus the first portion. So 78,000 minus 60,000, okay. So I will write 78k minus 60k. That will be how much? 18k, right? So 18,000 is our remaining portion. Now what we need to do is we need to calculate the discounted values. Okay, so I will tell as discount 1. Okay, discount 1 means what? Discount on the first portion. Okay, discount on the first portion. So how much discount we have given on the first portion? 5%. Okay, so discount on the first portion will be 5% of 60,000. So 5% we can write it as 5 by 100 divided by 60,000, which will be equals to what? 3,000. Okay, so if you cut this and this, you will get 3,000 as the discount 1. Then what is the discount on second portion? So discount 2 is equals to, we are told 3% discount we have given. So 3% of second portion value, which is 18,000. So this zeros will get cut off and then we will have the value as 540. Okay, so the discount on second portion is this much, which is 540, and the first portion we have found out 3,000. So let's say total discount is how much? Total discount is discount 1 plus discount 2, which is in our case 18k plus no, discount is not 18k, actually discount is 3,000. Let me clarify it. Discount is 3k plus 540. Okay, so 3k plus 540 is how much? 540, right? So this is our total discount. Now we can easily find out. So what we were asked is, what is the actual price charged by the company? So the actual price can be what? Actual price will be marked price minus discount, right? So marked price is 78,000, it was given to us. 78,000 minus 3,540. Once you will subtract this, you will get the answer as 74,460, which is option A in our case. Correct answer for this question is option A. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question that we have. In this question, we are told that if there are 63 liters of milk in a drum with milk to water ratio as 7:9, what is the quantity of water in this mixture? Okay, let's see how to solve these types of questions. First of all, what we are given is a ratio, okay, 7:9. Now in that you have to understand 7 is what? Milk, and 9 is what? Water. Okay. Now what we are told is, for example, let's consider that we have a ratio. Okay, this is not the actual quantity, so we can mention 7 as 7x and 9 as 9x. Okay, basically x is the liter. So how many liters of milk will be there, right? So that is why we have considered 7x and 9x. Now we are also told one thing, that there is total 63 liters of milk. So what we can write? 7x equals to 63 we can write, because there should be some amount which should be multiplied with 7, which is equals to 63. That is because the total is 63, that is already given to us in the question. So with this equation we can find out the value of x, right? And once we will have the value of x, we will use that to find out water. So see, we have found out the value of x to be 9. So now we are asked the quantity of water. So quantity of water ratio we already have, 9x we can write. So 9 into 9, that is going to be 81 liter. Okay, so the answer is going to be option number C, which is 81 liter. Okay, hope you have understood it. If you have any doubts, let me know in the question. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. And guys, if you are watching this video and if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so, because it takes a lot of hard work to create such content for all of you. Okay, let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. A recipe for a smoothie calls for 1 cup of strawberries for every 2 cups of milk. If you want to make a smoothie using 4 cups of strawberries, then how many cups of milk should you use? So guys, see, first you have to understand what is question based upon. So see, it is told 1 cup of strawberries for every 2 cups of milk, which means this is a ratio based question. Okay, so let's find out what is the ratio. So see, ratio is strawberry I will mark it as S, and milk I will mark it as M. So strawberry is to M is what? 1 strawberry, 1 cup of strawberry with 2 cup of milk. So we can write this as the ratio. Now we are asked a new thing, that is, if you want to make a smoothie of 4 cups of strawberries, then how many cups of milk should you use? So see, in this one we will just simply substitute strawberries to be 4, and then milk we have to find out. So M we will keep it as it is, and then we will solve it. So M will go up, and then it will 4 and 2 will multiply. So we will get 4 into 2 as 8. Okay, so the correct answer in this case would be option number 8. That is 8 cups of milk we need to use in order to calculate the smoothie. So hope you understood it. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's have a look at this question. A person invested rupees 25,800 for 1 by 2, 1 and 2 by 5 years and 13 4 by 7% rate of simple interest. Then what is the total amount received by the person? So see, if you will notice this question carefully, this is a question based on simple interest. Okay, simple interest. So let's solve this question now. What is asked to us is, what is the total amount received by the person? So before solving question further, let us see what we have to find out. So total amount is how much? Principal amount. Okay, principal or invested amount plus principal amount plus our interest. Okay, this is the formula for total amount. Now let us see what are the things that we have. We have few things. Okay, let's note that. So principal amount is 25,800. Okay, then we have T, time, which is 1 2 by 5 years. Okay, then we have this is what? Rate. Okay, this is rate 13 4 by 7%. We now see, principal amount we already have given to us, right? That is P. Now we have to find the interest. Now the formula for simple interest is PRT by 100. Okay, if you are not aware, you should know this formula. You should be aware about this formula. Okay, so PRT divided by 100. Now let us substitute the values. Okay, before we substitute the values, the simplified values I will write. Okay, because these are fractional, right? So simple fractions of this will be 5 1 2 by 5 will be what? 5 1s are 5 and plus 2 7 by 5. Okay, in the same way, the simplified value of 13 4 by 5 will be 13 into 7 plus 4. Okay, which will be around 95 by 7. Okay, so 95 by 7, you can calculate it simply. We have done nothing. 13 multiplied by 7 plus 4 we have done, divided by 7. In this way we have simplified the fraction so that we can easily calculate our answer. Let's now find the interest value. So I will put 25,800 here, right? Then multiplied by R value, which is 95 by 7 here, then multiplied by time value, which is 7 by 5. Okay, and whole divided by 100, right? So see, 7 will cut by 7 and 5 ones are 5 and 4 will remain, so it will be 19. So we have the equation as 25,800 multiplied by 19. This will equals to what? 49,200. Okay, so I'm not directly showing you the calculations to save some time here, and then we will divide this by 100. Okay, now when you solve this one, you will get what? 4902. Okay, because these zeros will get cancelled with these zeros. So this is the interest value that we have got. Now we can substitute all the values in our actual formula that we have to find out the total amount. So total amount is what? Principal amount. So our principal amount that is already given to us in the question, which is 25,800 plus interest value, which we have found out, 4902. When you will add this up, what you will get? The total value as 3702. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is going to be option number D, which is 3702. So the correct answer is option number D. Moving on to the next question now. Let's look at this question now. The ratio of compound interest occurred for 2 years and the simple interest occurred for 1 year on the same amount at R% per annum is 2.21. What is the value of R? See guys, it sounds like a very complicated statement, so we will solve it step by step. Okay, basically what is the main question that is asked to us is we need to find the value of R. Okay, and we are given few things like, you know, compound interest, simple interest. So before solving this question you should know the formulas, okay, of everything, otherwise you can't solve this question, it will be very complicated. See, I'll write the formulas before we start. So compound interest formula is P plus P into 1 plus R upon 100 square minus P, okay, where P is the principal, R is the rate. Okay, so this is basically our formula for compound interest, and then I will also write the formula for simple interest also. Simple interest is equals to P R T divided by 100, okay, where P is the principal, R is rate, and T is time. Okay, now having these formulas we will start solving things. Okay, so see, in the question what is given to us is compound interest occur for 2 years, which means compound interest for 2 years. Okay, for this we will write down the formula now. So compound interest for 2 years will be how much? Okay, here it is not actually square, it is n. Okay, after substituting it will be square. So P into 1 plus R divided by 100, and then I will substitute the time n value, that is 2 years here, so it will be square minus P. Okay, this is the first thing that we have. Now what we will do is we will start simplifying this one only to reach our, or to find out our R value. Okay, see, so this can be written as how? This same equation, if we simplify it further, we can write something like this. Okay, P I will take common out of both. Okay, because see, P is here also in the first part and in the second part also. So what I have taken is, I have taken P as the common, so 1 plus R divided by 100 square minus 1. Okay, this is what we have got. Now let's simplify it further. This is what? A plus B square. So you should know the formula for A plus B square, which is A square plus B square plus 2AB. Okay, let us do that. So A square is 1, 1 square is 1, and 2AB, which is 2R divided by 100, and B square, which is R square divided by 100, right? And then we have this minus 1 that will stay as it is. Now in this one what you will notice is 1 and minus 1 will get cancelled, or it will be 0. So remaining is this much. Okay, now let's see what we have. So at this point we have reached, I'm writing this in the simplified form. So we will have P, that is 2R divided by 100 plus R square divided by 10,000. Okay, so this much thing we have it now. Okay, this is what compound interest for 2 years. We have written this. Okay, now according to the problem we are given something, okay, like the ratio of compound interest and the simple interest. Okay, like basically we are told the ratio of two things, that is compound interest and simple interest, is what? 2.21. so we will use these things now. So compound interest ratio for 2 years and simple interest for 1 year. Okay, so that is why I am writing CI2 and SI1, because time for compound interest is 2 and time for simple interest is 1. So is equals to what? 2.21. This is already given to us. From that only we have taken these things, and now we will start solving these things. Okay, because we have to reach somehow to one point where we get the value of R. Okay, so see, now what I will do is compound interest for 2 years we have got this value, right? Just now we have solved. So let me write this one now first. So P 2R divided by 100 plus R square divided by 10,000. Okay, so just now we have found out this value, I have written that, divided by simple interest for 1 year. So you know, I have already told you the formula for simple interest in the top, that is PRT by 100, and T value is 1, so we will just use that, that is P into R into T. So this R is same R only. Okay, so which is rate, so I will write it as a small r only. PR into time is 1 divided by 100. We have substituted the values. This is equals to what? 2.21, right, according to our equation. Let's simplify the equations further. So see, now if you simplify it further, you will notice few things, that P is coming here also and on the top also. So this will get cancelled out, right? So we have to simplify, right? We want to reach at such position so that our like final R only will remain, so that we can easily solve the equations, right? So now what we are left with is 2R divided by 100 plus R square divided by 10,000, and in the bottom we have R divided by 100 and 2.21. Now we need to simplify it further. So for that, what I will do is now I will multiply 10,000 in the numerator and denominator both. Why so? Because see, we need to get rid of fractions, right, in order to simplify the equations. So what I am doing is 2r divided by 100 plus r square divided by 10,000. I am writing 10k for now, and this will be multiplied with 10,000. Okay, and the below value will also be multiplied with 10,000. Okay, so 10,000. So see, this two zeros will get cancelled with these two zeros, and on the other side of the equals to 2.21 is still here. Okay, so let's now see how we can further solve it. See here, 2r divided by 100 multiplied by 10,000. Okay, I'm taking 10,000 and multiplying it individually with both the values, plus r square divided by 10k multiplied by 10k divided by what we got is 100r, right? So see, these two zeros will get cancelled with these two zeros. 10k will totally get cancelled with 10k. We will have 2.21 here. And then now what will be our new equation? Okay, so we have to see that. So our new equation will be something like what I will do now is I will take r common out of both. Okay, so that it will be easy for us, because see, r is in this first part also before the plus, and it is after the plus also. So r I am taking common, so what we are left with is 200. Okay, because it will be 200r, and r we have taken out common, and in the second part we will be left with r square. So one r is we have taken common out, so one will be remaining inside the bracket. So then in the bottom we will have 100r, and here we will have 2.21. Okay, simplifying it further, this r can cancel with this r. So now what we are remaining with is 200 plus r. This side we will have 2.21, and this 100 we will send there. Okay, so this 2.21 into 100 will become 221, and here we will have r, and this 200 we will send that side. So in this way, the final answer for r that we got is 21. Okay, let's see the options that we have. So the correct option for this one will be option number A, because option A is what, 21. So the correct answer is 21, which is option number A. Hope you have understood it. If you have any doubts at any point, you can ask in the comment section. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. The question that we have is the ratio between the speeds of two trains is given as 3:5. Okay, and we are told that if this second train runs 300 km in 4 hours, the speed of the first train is. See, basically we are given the correct data for second train, and we are given the ratios of two train. Okay, so based on that we have to find the speed of the first train. Let's see how we can solve this question. First of all, before solving, if you are not aware, the formula for speed is distance upon time. Okay, distance divided by time. Let's now see what we can substitute. Okay, so let's first calculate the speed of second train, because we are already given all the values for second train. Okay, so I'll calculate speed. I'll say speed 2. Okay, this means speed of second train. So distance covered by second train is how much? 300 km. So that's why I've taken 300 km. And then time covered by second train is how much? It is 4 hours. Okay, so I will take 4 here. 4 hours. Okay, so when we cancel it, it will become 75. Okay, which is kilometer per hour. So we have found out the speed of second train. Now see, what is the ratio that is given to us? Ratio that is given to us is 3:5. Okay, so what we can say is speed of first train, we can write it as, speed of first train we can write it as 3x, and in the same way speed of second train we can write it as 5x. Okay, so this much we have noted down. Now see, the speed of second train we already have, right? So we can say 5x is equals to 75. Okay, and with this we can find out the value of x, which will be 5 ones are 5, and 2, which is 3. Okay, 2 will go there, sorry, not 3, which is 5 5s are 25. So the x value will be what? 15, right? Now what we can do is we can use this x value to find the speed of first train, right? So the speed of first train, what we have assumed, 3x. So what we will do, 3 into 15, okay, which is going to give us what? 45. So 45 km per hour is our speed of first train. Let's see if we have that option. Option B is the correct option in this case, okay, which is 45. So correct answer for this question is going to be option number B. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. So we have this question as 4 women and 3 men can do a piece of work in 20 days, while 2 women and 4 men can do the same piece of work in 30 days. How much time will be taken by 7 women and 9 men to do the same piece of work? So guys, if you notice carefully, we are given two equations. Okay, first one is 4 and 3 men, 4 women and 3 men, and second equation is 2 men and 4 men. And then we are asked one more question based on that one equation. Okay, so see, let's read the question first, what it is asking. So in the last part, it is asking us how much time will be taken by 7 women and 9 men to do the same piece of work. So it is asking time. Okay, so let's write it in this way. Time taken will be how much total work, okay, divided by combined rate of work of how much, 7 women and 9 men. Okay, so this is like, we can say, kind of formula or something we have to find out. So see, before solving anything, let's write down the equations that we are given in the question. So initially, so okay, I will denote W for women, okay, and I will use M for men, okay, just to let you know. So because writing again women and men is a bit tougher, right? So see, based on this first equation, that is 4 women and 3 men can do a piece of work in 20 days, we can write this equation, okay, that is total work done, total work is equals to 4 women into 3, sorry, not into, it will be plus 3 men, and how many days? 20, right? This is equation 1 we have found out, right? In the same way, equation 2, what it is saying is, again we will like, so according to equation 1 I'm writing, and then this is total work according to equation 2. Equation 2 says 2 women and 4 men can do a piece of work in 30 days. So we have got this equation number 2. Okay, so this is like we have found out from the question only, which is given to us. Now let's see what we can do. See, these both, the total work will be same, right? If these many people does it or this many people does it, so total work is same. So what we can write is, these two equations are equal, we can say it in one way. Okay, so 20 into 4W plus 3M, this is the first equation, is equals to 30 into 2 women plus 4 men. Okay, now we will solve this equation to have a, like, you know, value of W and M. So that is WM relation we have to find out, or ratio you can say we have to find out. So let's see, I'm solving this one. So 80W plus 60M is going to be 60W plus 120M. Okay, and then this M will go there, so it will be 120M minus 60M. So 60M will remain here, and then this W will go here, so 80W minus 60W, it is going to be 20W. Okay, so now if you finally solve it by cutting and all, so W is what? W is 60 by 20 M, which is going to be 3. So we have found out this value, that is W is equals to 3M. Now we will use this thing. Okay, so where we can use this, let's again take this first equation only, okay, which is this one, okay, 20 into this one. So what I will do, I will substitute the value in terms of M. So 4W is how much? 4W is 3M. So I can write as 4 into 3M, right, plus 3M multiplied by 20, right? This can be written as how? 4 into 3 is 12M plus 3M into 20. 20 is multiplied to the whole. Okay, so 15M into 20. 15M into 20 is what? 300M. So we can say the total work is how much? 300M, because see, we in our formula we need total work, right? So here I will write 300M is the total work. Now we will form one more equation based on the, like, you know, last option, like last detail that are given to us, 7 women and 9 men, right? So the combined rate also we need. So combined rate, how can we write it? Combined rate will be equals to 7 women plus 9 men, right? So again I will substitute the value of W in terms of 3M. So 7 into 3M plus 9M. Okay, so which is going to be equals to 7 3s are 21M plus 9M. Okay, this is going to be how much? 90, sorry, not 90 but 30M. So now we also got the combined rate also, so 30M. So now if you will solve it, you will get how much? 10. So 10m is going to be the correct answer, which means 10 days. Okay, so m to m will get cancelled actually, so 10 will be our answer. So the correct answer for this question is going to be 10 days. So option D is 10 days. Hope you have understood it. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. Let's now move on to the next question. So guys, before we move on to the next question, if you are new to my channel and haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so, because it takes a lot of hard work to create these kinds of helpful videos for all of you at totally free of cost, because I've seen a lot of this type of content is like everywhere available, but it is paid. But I'm trying to provide you free for all of you. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video, so that it gives me motivation to keep on bringing such more free content for all of you in future also. Let's now move on to our next question. We have this question. Let's look at this question. So guys, the question that is given to us is, below is the given frequency distribution of weights of a group of 81 students of a class in a school. Find the model class. See, let's see what is the data that is given to us. We have weights in kilograms and we have the range of weights, okay, like 30 to 34 kilograms. There are 5 students in this range. Then 35 to 39 kilograms, there is 10 students. Then 40 to 44, we have 16 students. 45 to 49, we have 18 students. 50 to 54, we have 20. 55 to 59, we have 4. 60 to 64, we have 8. So basically what is asked to us is, find the model class. See guys, this is the easiest question, but if you are not aware of how to find out the model class, then you cannot secure marks in, because this is like, you know, there are some questions which are very easy to score marks. So this is one such question, but you should know the thing that how to find the model class. Okay. So for that purpose, that is, you don't forget in future, I'll write it, what is a model class. Okay. So see, model class is nothing but it is the class interval. Okay. Model class is the class interval with the highest frequency. Okay. If you remember this, then any question on model class, you can do it easily. So model class is what? It is the class interval with the highest frequency. Now see, frequency is what? Frequency is the number of students in our case, right? So let's see which is the highest frequency, which means highest number is 20. So in this one, it's range, okay, or its interval we have to take. So the answer for this one is going to be 50 to 54, right? Because model class is what? It is the class with the highest frequency. So we have first of all found out which is the largest value, or corresponding to that we have given that interval. The correct answer in this case is going to be option number D, which is 50 to 54. Hope you have understood the explanation. Let's move on to the next question now. Let's look at this question. So we have the question as, calculate range and its coefficient of A's monthly earning for a year. So see, we are asked two things, that is age, range and coefficient of A's monthly earnings for a year. Let's see what is the data that is given to us. We have months, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and up to 8, and then monthly earning is in hundreds. Okay, this 0 zeros means it is in hundreds. So this is like what? This is 11,000. Okay, you have to consider that, because 2 zeros will also be there. Then in the same way, we have all this data also. So see, for range and coefficient of range, we have formulas. Okay, with that, if you remember, you can easily find it out. So let's see. So how to find range is max value minus minimum value. Okay, range is nothing, right? What is range? In a particular range, whatever is the maximum value minus the minimum value, that is simply called as range, right? So in our case, maximum earning we need to find. Okay, maximum earning is how much? Maximum earning is 180, right? Which means, as I told you, it is like it is in 100, right? So you have to add 2 zeros also, because you know this is done to confuse students. Okay, because they will solve it in a hurry and they will forget to add these 2 zeros, and they will solve based on the value 180 only. Okay, that is why it is very important to read and keep your mind, like, you know, calm. Now next thing that we will find is minimum earning. Okay, so minimum earning is how much? Let's see, in this one the minimum earning is this one, so we will write that one also here, 110, and then adding 2 zeros here. So range is going to be the subtraction of both of these, that is 18k minus 11k, which is going to be how much? 7k, that is 7,000. So one answer we have got. Okay, so see, you know, one answer you have got. So out of that also you can say this can be eliminated, because here the range is 70 to 100, here also it is 70 to 100. Now we are left with two options, okay, A and C. So now let's see how to find the coefficient of A. Okay, so coefficient of range, again we have formula. So for that you have to remember this thing. coefficient of range, what you can do is max value minus minimum value divided by max value plus minimum value. Okay, hope you understood the how to find the coefficient. So maximum value that we have already, we have seen 18k, right? Minimum value we have already seen 11k. In the same way, at the bottom also we will write the same thing, 18k plus 11k. Okay, so 18k minus 11k is how much? 7,000, and 18k plus 11k is 29,000. Okay, so 7 by 29, if you will solve it, you will get it as 0.2414. Okay, so it's 0.2414. Okay, so see, we have range as 7,000 and coefficient as 0.2414, which is option number A. That is why the correct answer in this case is option A. And guys, in these types of questions, you will get this similar pattern only. Okay, so don't worry, if you have the practice of solving this question and if you remember it, then in exam also you can solve it, because now you know, right? After solving this question, you know how to find the range and what is the formula for finding the coefficient. So any question that will be given to us, you can easily find out, and basically the level of question will also be same. Okay, it will not be very tough question that will be asked to you. Okay, let's now move on to the next question. So let's now look at this question. The mean of 150 items is 45 and their standard deviation is 3.5. Find the sum and sum of squares of all the observations. So we are basically asked two things and we are given three data. So let's see how can we solve this question. Basically guys, the main aim for me to solve these questions is to tell you the formulas, because you know, if you don't know the formulas for this question, you cannot solve it. Okay, so let's see. Basically what we will do is, first of all, we will note down the data which is given to us. So mean that is told to us is what? 45. Okay, mean is given as 45. Next, what is given to us is standard deviation. Standard deviation value, if you will read the question, it is given to us is 3.5. So we have noted that also. Next value that is given to is number. Okay, that is the number of items. Okay, which is 150. So it is 150. So we have noted all these three things. That is mean of 150 items, which is the number, and the mean value is 45, and the standard deviation value is 3.5. Now, based on this value, first of all, we will find out the sum. So how can we find out sum? Sum will be equals to what? Number of items multiplied by mean. Okay. So guys, you have to remember this thing only. Okay, that is the most important. Then if you remember this thing, then you can easily solve the question. Let's put the values here. 150 into mean value is 45. So this is going to solve up to 6750. So see, after getting first value also, you can eliminate rest two options. The first option cannot be the answer because it has the value 6250. Second option can be an answer because it has the value 6750. Third cannot be the answer because it has 6250, but fourth can be the answer. Now we need to find second value, and based on that we will decide what is the final answer. So now we have to find sum of squares. Okay, so sum of squares. Let's see what is the formula for this. For sum of squares, we have number of items multiplied by squares of what? Squares of standard deviation. Okay, standard deviation square plus mean square. Okay, so this is the formula that we have to use for finding the sum of squares. So let's substitute the values. Number is 150, standard deviation is 3.5 square, right? And then mean value is what? 45, the square of this. Okay, now solving it further, this will give us 150, 3.5 square, you can multiply, it is going to be 12.25, and then 45 square, it is going to be 2025. Okay, this is 45 and this is the bracket actually. Okay, so 2025 is going to be this one. Now if we will solve it further, this is going to add up to 2037.25, and then we have 150 here. When we will multiply both of them, we will get the answer as 305587.5. Okay, so see, now we have the values of sum and we have standard this sum of squares, which is option number D, I think, right? So these are the matching options. So that is why the correct answer for this question is going to be option D. Let's now move on to the next question. Okay, so guys, let's look at this question now. The question is, the below table gives the data of 5 banks and the number of persons taking personal loans over the years. So see, we have this data that is from year 1991 to 1994, and we have the data of number of people taking loan from the bank. Okay, so in year 1991 we have 26,000 in the A, right? And then from bank A, then from bank B it was 30,000. In this way we have all this data. Now based on this data we are asked few questions that we have to answer. Let's read the question now that we have. Which bank recorded the least number of people taking personal loans from 1991 to 1994? So guys, understand what is the range that is given to us is like complete range only. Okay, now out of this we have to tell that which of the banks have least number of people from which they have they have taken the loan. Okay, so how we can find out that? See, we have to find sum all the like loans of like number of peoples from all the banks. Okay, like we have to sum all these values, then we will get the number of peoples from 1991 to 1994 who has taken the loan from this bank. In this way, for B bank, C bank, D bank and E bank we have to do. So if you will sum all of these, you will get for the first bank which is bank number A, you will get 1, 2, 4, 0, 0 and 0. Okay, this is the first value. So I'll write all the submissions here so that it will be easy for you to read. So for bank A it is going to be this value. Okay, for bank B, once you will sum, you will find out 1, 1, 5, 0, 0 and 0. For bank C, the total number is 1, 1, 2, 7, 0, 0. For bank D, it is going to be 1, 1, 4, 6, 0, 0. Okay, and then for bank E, it is going to be 1, 2, 8, 2, 0, 0. Okay, so we have noted down all. Now what is asked is least number of people. So out of this we have to tell which is the least digit. So see, you have to check is one by one and you will find out that C has the least number of people that has taken the loan from the bank from year 1991 to 1994. That is why the correct answer for this question is going to be option number B, that is bank C. Hope you have understood it. Question was easy, but it's just that you have to focus and you have to do a bit of calculation, otherwise your answer can come wrong. Okay, let's move on to the second question of the same based on this data only we have one more question. So let's read that out. So see, we have this same question. Okay, based on the same data we have to find out. The question is the percentage of total number of people taking loans from bank B when compared to the total number of people taking loans from all the banks in the above years is what? See, basically we have to find percentage based on the data that is asked. Okay, so what we have to do is in this case, so see, what is told is percentage of total number of people taking loans from bank B. So for that we will need the total number of people who has taken loan from bank B. So bank B total number of people we have already counted on the top right. Let's see what it was. It is 115,000. So let's note that first. Okay, so 115,000. Now in order to find the percentage, what we will do is, what it is told is total number of people taking loan from bank B divided by grand total, okay, which is like for all the banks. Okay, and this will be multiplied with what? This will be multiplied with 100, which will give us the final answer. So let's substitute the value. We have already found out the value for bank B, which is 115 and 000, and grand total is what? Okay, grand total is nothing but the summation of all the people A, B, C, D and whatever it was. I think it was still E. Okay, so whatever the values that we have found on the top, you have to sum all those values. Okay, so when you sum all those values, what is the thing that you are going to get? 594500 multiplied with 100. This is going to give us the percentage. So when you finally solve it, this will get cancelled with this, and further when you will solve it, you will get final percentage value as 19.3%. Okay, so the correct answer for this question will be option number B. Okay, so the answer is option number B, that is 19.3%. Hope you have understood it. For any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. Moving on to the next question now. Let's look at this question that we have. The question is, first of all, what we are told is we have a graph based question. Okay, the provided pie diagram illustrate the percentage distribution of employees across different departments in a company with total of 30% female employees. See, so number of employees in percentage is given, like Okay, we have security department, HR department, account department, right? R&D department, operations, marketing. Okay, so we have these many departments, and the percentage of employees is mentioned, and with a total of 30% of employees are females in the organization. That is also, it is told to us. Let's see what is the question that is asked based on this data. The male to female employee ratio in the HR department is 5:4. Given that the HR department has total of 40 female employees, the number of employees in the marketing department is what? See, so guys, we have been given the data of HR department, and we are asked to find out the data of marketing department. So see, in order to solve this question, we have to follow in 3 steps. Okay, what 3 steps that we have to follow is, first we have to find, based on the data given to us, we have to see what is the total employees in HR department. Okay, total employees in HR department, we have to see this. Then based on this data, we will find the total employees in the overall company itself. Okay, and using that total count of employees in company, we will get the total employees in marketing department. Okay, this is the solving procedure that we need to follow for this question. Let's see. So let's start with this first one. We have been told that the ratio of HR department is 5:4, right? See. Now it is also told that the male employees, so 5:4 means what? Male we can consider as 5x and female we can consider as 4x. Okay, so now next thing is what? We have also been told the exact amount of females. So what we can write? 4x equals to 40, right? Because 4 was the ratio for females, so we have found the x value in this way, that is going to be 10, right? Now using this x value, what we are going to do? We are going to find out the total HR employees. So we know HR employees are what? 5x plus 4x. Okay, that is the ratio that is given to us in the question. 5x plus 4x is 9x. 9 into 10 is going to be 90, which means HR department has 90 employees in it. Now our first part is done. Total employees in HR we have found. Okay, now next thing that we will find out is total number of employees in the company. Now if you will read here, the HR has 22.5% of the company. Okay, which means if we write it in this way, 22.5% of total, okay, or total, I am denoting it as n. 22.5% of total employees is what? 90, right? With using this, we have to find the value of n now. So 25%, I'm going to write it as 25 by, this is not 25 but 22.5 by 100 multiplied by n is going to give us 90. Okay, so this will further be solved to 90 into 100 divided by 22.5, which is going to give us as 400. Okay, so this is going to be the total number of employees in the company. We have found out second point also. Now we will find out the total number of employees in the marketing area. So if you see the marketing part, it is mentioned that total number of employees in the marketing part is how much? 17.5% of the total. So 17.5 of total we have found out 400, right? So now it is solving is very easy. So 17.5 divided by 100 multiplied by 400. Solving this will get cancelled. 17.5 multiplied by 4, we will get the value as 70. Okay, so 70 is the correct answer for this question. That is, marketing has total number of employees as 70. Hope you have understood it. If you have any question, you can ask in the comment section. Let's look at this question. So in this question, we have, in a hospital there are 7 patients, P, Q, R, S, T, U and V, including children and men. They are admitted in 3 rooms, that is numbered as 7, 8 and 9. At least 2 patients are in each room and at least 1 child in each room. Okay, R, who is a child, is not admitted in the room of P and T. U, who is a man, is admitted in the room in which only Q is admitted. P is a child, is admitted in room number 7 with his father and T. V is admitted in room number 9. T is the father of R but not of P. How many children are there in 3 rooms? We have the options as 4, 3, 3 or 4, and the last option is data inadequate. So see guys, like this type of questions is not easy to solve if you don't have much practice of it. So you have to be calm while solving it and you have to like keep your focus, okay, at every point. So let's note down first the data that we have. The data that we have is there are 7 patients, okay, P, Q, R, S, T, U, okay, and V. Okay, so this is our 7 patients, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. Now what we will do is, we have, what we are told is, we have this P, Q, R, S, T, U, V and we have 7, 8 and 9, right? So we have this 7, we have 8, and then we have 9. These are the rooms. Now let us try to arrange, okay, these people in these rooms. Now there are two conditions that are given to us. Let us also note that conditions also, because we have to keep that in mind. So at least two patients in one room, okay, should be there. At least two patients in one room, which means none of the room can have only single patient, okay, at least two should be there. And then see, this was mentioned here, okay, at least two patients are in each room, and at least one child in each room, okay. So at least one child should be there in each room, okay, child in each room. Now any room can have more than two patients also, that is fine, but minimum number is mentioned is two, okay, and minimum child is should be one in each room. Let's try to start the mapping. First of all, the first statement is R, who is a child, is not admitted in the room of P and T. Okay, we have read this statement, but for now we cannot arrange anything because we don't even know where are P and T, right, in which room. So let's keep this on hold, this statement, okay, for now. U is a man is admitted in the room in which only Q is admitted. Okay, fine. So again, this is also not helpful because we don't know where Q is right now. Let's move forward. P is a child is admitted in room number 7 with his father and T. Okay, this is helpful. P is a child, okay, and P is a child is admitted in room number 7 with his father and T. Okay, so P's father is also there, father of P, and then one more person is there who is T. See, there are three people in this room. That much we got to know from this statement. Okay, which statement was it? This one. P is a child who is admitted in room 7 with his father and T. This much statement told us that in room number 7 there are three people, that is P, father of P, and T. Okay, let's move forward. V is admitted in room number 9. Okay, this statement is clearly telling us that V is in the room number 9. Let's put that here. Okay, and we don't know V is what, like, okay, a child or something, that is not mentioned. Next is T is the father of R but not of P. Okay, T is father of R but not of P. Anyway, that is not helpful as at the moment, so leave it. Again, let's go back to the old statements that we have kept on hold. The first statement was this one. R, who is a child, is not admitted in the room of P and T. Okay, so R is not in this room, so R can be either 8 or 9. Okay, for now let's keep R aside, so and we'll write 8 or 9, we don't know. Okay, let's see next. So next is R is who is a child not admitted in the room of P and T. We have already noted this one. U is a man is admitted in the room in which only Q is admitted. So this is helpful now. See, U is a man, okay, who is admitted in the room in which only Q is admitted. Okay, so Q is admitted in one such room where no one else is there. Okay, so let's see. We have only one room left where no one is there. Okay, which is this one, 8. So we can say Q is admitted in this room only. And along with Q, who is admitted? U. So U and Q are both in the same room. Okay, and let us also note down the U. It is a man. It is already told to us. Okay, U is a man is admitted in the room which in which only Q is admitted. Now guys, if you remember our condition, it was told at least one child should be there in each room, and we got to know that in room number 8 only U and Q are there. So two patient condition is also satisfied, and one more condition was there, that along with two patients, one child is also there. So obviously one is man, so one other will be child in this case. Okay, so we got to know this way that Q is child in this case. See, our focus is always on the child, because see, our final question is how many children are there in the three rooms, right? So we have to keep our focus on child every time. And now see, we have gathered so much of data, so let's now cut off whoever we have settled in the room. So P is settled, it has got its place in room number 7. Q also is settled, so we will remove. Then R, okay, for R we have not found out anything as of now. S also we don't have anything. T is also settled, U is also settled, and V is also settled. Okay, now there are only two people left, R and S. Okay, so like now let's see other things. Again, it is mentioned R, who is a child, is not admitted in the room of P and T. Okay, so we have noted down, right? R could be either in 8 or 9, but in 8 already it is settled. So R will now be in which room? This one, because we have to keep one child here. So R is a child and is in this room. Okay, so we have noted this one also. So R is also settled. Now S is there. So see, as such we will not fill anywhere. S is this one only, which is father of P, because see, we at that time we didn't knew the role of S, right? So we have just mentioned it that father of P, but S is the father of P. Now we have placed everyone in its correct place. Okay. So our question is, how many children are there in the 3 rooms? So in room number 1, there is 1 children, which is P. Okay. And second, in room number 2, there is another child, which is Q. And then in room number 3rd, it is 9th, it is again 1 child, which is R. Okay. So P, Q and R are the childs, which is 3 childs. So the correct answer in this case would be option number B, that is 3 childs are there in the 3 rooms. Okay. Hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question that we have. Read the given statement and conclusions carefully. Assuming that the information given in the statement is true, even if it appears to be variance with the commonly known facts, decide which of the given conclusion logically follows from the statements. See, we have 3 statements with us. Based on that, we have 2 conclusions, and the options are, we have to tell whether only conclusion 1 follows, only conclusion 2 follows, either conclusion 1 or 2 follows, out of them, like only 1 will follow, and neither conclusion 1 nor 2, nothing will follow. Okay. So let's understand the problems, and let's read the statements first. Statement 1 is saying some hill is land. Okay. So guys, in order to solve this question, we can make use of Venn diagrams. Okay. Because that way analyzing these types of questions becomes very easy. Okay. So according to statement 1, some hill is land. Okay. So what we can write, this is hill. Okay. And some part of it is land. Okay. So we can write it something like this. Okay. Some hill is land. Okay, this one we have taken. Next is all land is plateau. So how can we make all land is plateau? Okay, so all land is plateau can be made in this way. Okay, that is all land is plateau. Okay, just making the diagram clearly so that you understand it. All land is plateau, which means all the lands which are there is also a plateau. So all land is plateau can be drawn in this way. Okay. Next is a few lands are peaks. Now see, we surely know that peak should be somehow attached with lands. Okay. So now there can be 2 possibilities. Okay, I'll tell you how. So see, there can be 2 possibilities. Let me tell you how. See, we have what we have done. We have taken the same diagram twice so that we can understand it now. Now I will draw the 2 possible diagrams of peak. See, first peak, like how can we draw in this way, right? Where peak is attached with land, okay, but it is nowhere attached with hill. Okay, that is one possibility. Another possibility, how can we draw peak, is something like this, right? Where peak is attached with hill also and land also. Okay. And so now let's see what are the conclusion that we have. Okay, and we have to consider both the conclusion 1 and not the conclusion but both the diagrams. See, some peaks are hills. According to diagram 1, some peaks are hills is what? This is a false condition, right? But according to diagram 2, some peaks are hills is a true value. Okay, so we have 1 false and 1 true, right? Let's see the second statement before we come on to any conclusion. No peak is a hill. So according to statement 1, no peak is a hill is true, right? And according to statement 2, no peak is a hill is what? False, right? So this is like we are getting a contradiction. Okay, that if statement 1 is true, for example, let's consider that for now statement 1 is true, some peaks are hills. Okay, which means our diagram, this one is true. Okay, if this becomes true, then no peak is a hill. Okay, some peaks are hills, this becomes true, then no peak is hill becomes totally false, right? This becomes true, then this becomes false. Okay, and let's see the other case. Some peaks are hills is false, which means this diagram is true. Okay, some peaks are hills, this diagram, okay, which means this diagram is false. Okay, and then no peak is a hill is true, right? Which means this is true. So you can see either 1 or 2 is like at a time, either 1 can be true or second can be true, but both at the same cannot be true at the same time, right? So that is why only conclusion 1 follow is not the option, conclusion 2 follows also is not the option, but third one will follow, because either conclusion 1 or 2 both follows. Why so? Because see, what we are saying, we have already checked both the diagrams, right? And at a given point, if we consider that this diagram is correct and if we go with that, then only one of the conditions is getting fulfilled according to that. In the same case, if we decide to go with diagram 2, then then also only one of the conclusions is getting followed. So that is why we will select the answer as option number C, that is either conclusion 1 or conclusion 2 follows at a time, but not both. Okay, hope you have understood it. For any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. Let's now move on to the next one. Let's look at this question that we have. Select the cluster from among the given options so that uh, that can replace the question mark in the following series. Okay, so we have a series based question. Basically we have to tell which is the next term that is going to come in the series. Okay, and we have different options. Okay, let's see how can we solve this. So guys, before we solve this, I want to suggest you that please pause the video for a minute so or so and try to think of the logic according to you what should be the answer. Okay, because this will let your brain, or this will train your brain in such a way that you yourself will solve the questions in the exam, right? So you will not be just dependent on the solutions, right? Okay, let's now move forward with the series. So in the first term in the series that we have is 6 CFM, then we have GLR, next up we have KRW, and then next we have O, X and B. Next we have to find next this what is the next in the sequence. Okay, let's understand from C to G. Okay, so C, E, F, G. Okay, oh sorry, C, A, B, C, then we have what? D, E, F and G, right? How many characters? Okay, 4 characters, right? So for now, let us suppose this is a plus of 4 characters from here to here. From G to K, G, H, I, J, K. Okay, great. Again, plus 4 characters. So we are finding a kind of pattern here. Again, I'll write plus 4. K to O, K, L, M, N, O. Clearly 4. Let's write it 4. So we have clearly seen that in for the first character, it is a plus of 4, right? So again, if we do plus 4 in our case, okay, that is from O, it should be what? P, Q, R and then S, right, which is plus 4. So plus 4 will give on O will give us what? S. Okay, so see, we have found the first one. So let's for now let's quickly look at the options. So option A and option B are starting with S, but option C and D is not starting. So we can quickly eliminate. Okay, and you have to understand elimination power also in exam, because see, sometimes what happens now, you will only have one option with the S. In that way, you can quickly, without even solving further, tell that this is the only answer. Okay, that is why elimination method is very important. Let's see the next character. See, we have already understood the pattern of first character. Let's now understand the pattern of second character that we have. So see, second character is what? C, like F to L. Okay, so let's understand. F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Okay, how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is 6 plus 6. So let me write F to L for now as plus 6. Okay, let's now understand L to R. JK, L, M, N. Okay, so L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. Again, clearly 6, right? So we will also mention L to R is also 6. Then R to X, R, S, T, U, V, W, X. Clearly 6. Okay, so now we also have to find out from X which will be the 6th one. See, so X, then Y, Z. Okay, then once it is like we have reached the end, we have to start from starting again. A, B, C, D. Okay, so this is the 6th one. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on 6th term we are getting D. So we have found out D is coming. Okay, let's see the further 2 options. Okay, in both D is coming. So still we cannot decide what will be the answer. We have to again figure out what will be the pattern for the last one now. So let's understand the pattern for the last one. So M to R. Okay, so if you see M, N, O, P, Q, R, it is what? Plus 5. Let's mark it as plus 5. M to R as plus 5. Then R to W. Let me write it quickly. R, S, T, U, V and W. That is again plus 5. Correct. So again I am marking it as plus 5. We have found out the pattern for the third character also. So W to B, W, X, Y, Z and A, B. That is also plus 5. Now B to plus 5. What will be there? Okay. So B, C, D, E, F and then G. So which is plus 5 again. So on plus 5 we are reaching out to G. So the correct answer for this question is SDG. Let's see which is that option. If you see option A is SDG, so the correct answer is going to be option number A, that is SDG. Hope you have understood the logic. So see, when I'm explaining, it is taking too much of time, but when you will do it on your own, it won't take that much of time, right? Because I told you, right, first step that you're going to follow is elimination method. So you will eliminate all the other options which are not going to be a part. So when you solve it on your own, then it is very quick, but when you explain it, it is tough, that it is taking longer time. So don't think that it is going to take so much of long time. No, it is very easy question. You can just sometimes, people even can figure it out without even writing or something. Okay, they can even understand the pattern just by seeing it. So yeah, let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. The question is, how many such pair of letters are there in the word deliberately, which has as many letters between them in the English alphabetical series? Count both forward and backward directions. See guys, so we will see a shortcut trick of solving these questions, so that once you understand this shortcut trick, you will never leave this question in the examination, because this is one of those questions where you can easily get marks. Okay, so let's understand the shortcut trick that we can apply for this. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this word here, okay, that is deliberately. So D, okay, so we have the word as deliberately, okay, so D E L I B E R A T E L Y. Okay, so we have written the word deliberately. Now how we will proceed is, we have to check in both directions. Okay, it is given to us. So how we will start checking is, we will take one letter at a time. Okay, one letter at a time. That is, first of all, we are starting with D, and we will check, okay, if the alphabetically difference is correct or not. So D to E, D E, this is correct, right? So we will make this as a mark, and then this is one difference, which is one of the answer. Okay, so next is D E F G H I J K L M N O. So if you notice, only D with E matches. Okay, so in this way, we have to take a character and we have to proceed further in the alphabetical series, and the one which matches is on the correct position in the alphabetical series also, and in the word also. Okay, so let's now move on to the second letter, E. Okay, so E, so we will go to here, F G H I J K L M N O. So if you notice, none of them matches. Okay, so now we will move on to the next character, which is L. Okay, L, so M N O P Q R S T U, nothing matches. Let's move on to the next character, which is I. J K L M N O P Q, nothing matched. Let's move on to the next character, B. C D E F G H I, again nothing matched. Let's move on to the next character, E. F G H I J K, again didn't match anything. Let's move on to the next character, which is R. Okay, so R, next character is what? S. So R S T. Okay, this one is matching. See, R S and then T. So in the alphabetical order, this is correct. So we will make this one as a pair. So that is R T is also one of the pair which is in the correct difference. Okay, so next, let's now move forward. Okay, so whenever you get a match, you don't have to step just there. You have to completely follow the pattern. So R S T U V W. Okay, nothing matched further. So next, move on to the next one, A. B C D E, nothing matched. T U V W, nothing matched. E F G, nothing matched. L M. Okay, so nothing matched. So Y does not have anything. So we have, when we went from forward, we got 2. Okay, now we will traverse backwards. Okay, from this direction to that direction. So let's see Y. Okay, so after Y, what will come? Z. Okay, so we will follow in this direction, Y Z A B C D. Okay, so Y Z A B C D E. Okay, if you notice, E has came on the correct position, so we will mark this one. Okay, in this way. So Y E is one pair. Next, we were on E. F G H I J, nothing matched further. So let's move on to the next one now, L. So L M N O P Q R S T U V, nothing matched. Let's now move quickly on the next one, E. F G H I J K L. Yes, this is the one which is matched with E. Okay, so we will mark this one. Okay, Now we are on T. So T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A, B. Nothing matched. Next is A. Okay. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Nothing matched. Okay. Next we are on R. S, T, U, V, W, X. Nothing matched. Next is E. So F, G, H, I, J. Nothing matched. We are on B. C, D, E. Yes, this is matching. If you see B to E is matching, so we will note it and we will write it here. Okay, B to E. Let's see further. E, F. Okay, so nothing is matching further. So now we will move on to the next character, which is I, J, K, L. Nothing matched. L, M, N, E, F. So we have traversed everything, that is from forward direction also, backward direction also, and we have found these many. Okay, and if you see now also at the end, we have got how many? Like using these arrows also you can figure it out. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then one more, this one is also there, 5. Okay, so we have 5. Maybe we forgot to note one more. So see, D we noted, RT we noted, YE we have noted. Next is E to L. Okay, E to L we have not noted, so that one was also there. So guys, see, in this way, if you forgot to note also, this arrows mark will tell you correctly, okay, which is the correct. So in this case, the correct answer for this question is going to be option D, which is 5. Okay, hope you have understood this logic. So in this way, you can find out the answer of these types of questions. Let's look at this question. For getting a residential accommodation from a company, the employee must fulfill the following criteria. There are 4 criteria that are given to us, and then we are asked questions based on that. Okay, let's fully read the question first, and then we will proceed with the solution of how to solve these types of questions. The first criteria that is given to us is have worked with the company for at least 10 years with at least 4 years in the HR department. Second criteria is have at least 3 and at most 5 members in the family. Third criteria is not be owner or co-owner if the spouse is the owner of the house. Fourth criteria is in the case of an employee who satisfy all except one above and join the company as a manager should be referred to the director. Let's see further question. Below are given details of one employee. Based on the information provided above, choose the correct option. You are not to assume anything other than the information provided in the question. So this is the question that is now given to us. Soham stays in a rented house with a wife and 3 children. He was born on July 12, 1969. He joined the company as a manager and has been working in the company for last 9 years, out of which 5 years in the HR department. He is not the owner or co-owner of a house. Based on that, we have options like the employee is to be provided with accommodation, the employee is not to be provided with the accommodation, the data is inadequate to take a decision, and the case is to be deferred to the director. See, now we have completely read the question. We have understood the situation, that is, for giving a residential accommodation to an employee of a company, the employee must fulfill some criteria. Okay, and we are given this criteria, and we are given the case of Soham, okay, who is an employee of this company. We have to understand and verify if these criteria that is given to us is matching in case of Soham or not. Okay, and based on that we have to take the decision. Let's start with the story of Soham. So Soham stays in a rented house. Okay, so see how to solve this question. First of all, instead of reading the story, what we will do, we will check the criteria one by one. Okay, and then we will see if that criteria is matching or not. The first is have worked with a company for at least 10 years with at least 4 years in the HR department. Let's read now the story. If Soham has how many years of experience in this company? Soham stays in a rented house with wife and 3 children. He was born on July 12. He joined the company as a manager and has been in the company for 9 years. See, this thing is telling us that he has been in the company for 9 years, which means he is not being in the company for 10 years. Okay, so this one is not valid, or this one does not satisfy in case of Soham. Let's move forward with the second criteria. Second criteria is he have at least 3 and at most 5 members in the family. So 3 to 5 members should be there. Okay, more than the 5 should not be there and less than 3 should not be there. Okay, let's see how many members Soham has. Soham stays in a rented house with wife and 3 children, which means 3 children plus 1 wife. Okay, how many members? 4 members. So 4 is in between 3 to 5. So this criteria is satisfying. Let's see the next criteria. Not be owner or co-owner if the spouse is the owner of the house. Okay, so let's see the statement again. Soham stayed in a rented house with the wife and 3 children. He was born on 12th 1969. He joined the company as a manager and has been in the company for last 9 years, out of which 5 years in the HR department. he is not the owner or co-owner of the house. This is absolutely correct. So this criteria is satisfying in this case also. Let's see the criteria 4. In the case of an employee who satisfy all except one above and join the company as a manager should be referred to the director. See, so far this Soham is not satisfying first, but let's see if Soham satisfied fourth one also fully or not, because see, fourth one is not just still here, it is also saying some condition, that is he has joined and he has joined the company as a manager. Okay, so let's see if Soham joined the company as a manager or not. So yes, it is mentioned here he joined the company as a manager and he has been working so and so. So which means this is also true, because see, our first one was wrong and then Sohan joined as a manager also. So then what was the criteria told is that he should be deferred to the director. Now let's see the options that we have. First option is the employee is to be provided with the accommodation. No, this is not true, because Soham's case is he cannot be provided to the accommodation, right? Because he can only be provided with the accommodation if all of them were true, right? So this is also not true. Next is employee is not to be provided with accommodation. This is also not true, because see, it has clearly told that Soham should be deferred, Soham's case should be referred to the director, right? So this is also not true. Data is inadequate to take a decision. No, data is clearly given to us that Soham should be referred to the director. Last option is the case is to be referred to the director. This is our most apt condition in this case. So the correct answer will be option number D, that is Soham has to be referred to the director. Okay, hope you have understood the logic. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. The question is, select the option that is related to the third term in the same way as the second term is related to the first term. Okay, and then we have this pattern and we have to figure out the answer. Let's see how can we solve this question. I'll quickly write down the pattern that we have here. So T by C is 60 and then we have this ratio, and then X by E is what? Okay. So see, in order to solve X by E is what, we need to understand the pattern that is getting followed for T by C. Okay. So let's try to figure out, okay, it is what it is following. See, T by C is 60. The first approach should be the placement of T in the alphabetical series. Okay, so T comes at which position? Okay, you have to understand that. Okay, so T comes at 20th position in the alphabetical series. In the same way, C comes where? T comes in the third position. So let's see if it is straight away mathematics or not. So 20 by 3. 20 by 3 is not 60, right? But we can understand here slash is what? Here slash is kind of multiplication, right? Because 20 into 3 is 60, right? So slash is kind of doing the work of multiplication in this case. So now we have deduced the logic. Now we will apply the same logic in place of X by E. Okay, so first understand what is the placement of X in the alphabetical series. It is coming on the 24th character. Okay, 24th position, and then E is on which position? E is on 5th position. So what we will do? 24 by 5. But understand, 24 by 5 is not division, it is multiplication. So what we will do? 24 into 5. This gives us 120. So the correct answer in this case is going to be 120, which is option number A. Okay. So the answer for this question is option A, 120. Hope you have understood the logic. So guys, before we move on to the next question, I just want to humbly request you that if you are finding these videos helpful, and if you feel that this has helped in your journey of understanding questions and practicing these questions, please do consider subscribing to the channel, because it takes a lot of hard work to create this type of content for all of you. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question that we have. In this question, a statement followed by two courses of action numbered 1 and 2. You have to assume everything in the statement to be true, and on the basis of the information given in the statement, decide which of the suggested courses of action logically follows for pursuing. Statement is, Rajan, who is the technical team leader at XYZ company, mostly insults their team members for even small mistakes. When the courses of actions mentioned are, first is, he should be fired from the job immediately, and second is, all the team members should also reply to him in the same sense and tone as Rajan does. And the options are, only first course of action follows. Option B is only second follows. Option C is neither 1 nor 2 follows, and option D is both 1 and 2 follows. So guys, let's understand this problem. First of all, let's start by reading the statement. What is the question that is asked is, you are given a statement, okay, and you have to tell, based on that statement, there are two sentences given to you or two courses of actions given to you. So you have to tell which one is correct, okay, and which one is not correct, or if both are correct or both are wrong. Okay, so let's start by reading this statement first of all. Rajan, who is the technical team leader at XYZ company, mostly insults their team member for even small mistakes. Okay, Let's see, based on this, what is our first course of action? First course of action is he should be fired from the job immediately. Okay, see, like I'll suggest you guys, okay, just pause for a moment, think of it, what you can think of this problem, and then what's the solution. See, what I would say is, according to first course of action, what it is telling is directly fire him from the job immediately. But you see, firing someone immediately for the behavior might not be the best course of action. Instead, corrective measure should be taken, like, counseling, feedback, or HR intervention should be considered first. Okay, so directly you cannot fire someone, right, based on their behavior. So this extent we can say it's like too extreme and does not follow the, like, does not logically follow directly. Okay, so it should not be like, this is not logically which will be done in this case. If such a behavior is there, then usually what is the procedure, that HR course of action should be taken or counseling should be done for that person. Okay, so we can say course of action 1 does not follows. Okay, let's now see second course of action. All the team members should also reply to him in the same sense and tone as Rajan does. Okay, see, again, this what would, if everyone follows this, then what would have happened is, this would create a toxic work environment and worsen the situation rather than solving it, because in that case now Rajan is also being toxic and like troubling everyone, and others are also following the same. So this will create a very toxic work environment. So this is also not a correct measure that to be taken, or correct course of action to be taken. So because retaliation is not a logical or professional solution, right? So that is why this is also wrong. So let's see the options now. Only 1 follows, this is not a correct one. Only 2 follows is not correct. Neither 1 nor 2 follows, yes. And both 1 and 2 follows, this is also not correct. Okay, so the correct answer that we have selected in this case is going to be option number C, which is neither 1 nor 2 follows. Why so? Because see, we have logically thought, right, both the options, and we didn't found out that they are the apt one. So that is why we are saying option C is the correct answer in this case. Okay, option C is the correct answer. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. We have the question as, select the correct mirror image of the given figure when the mirror is held or placed at AB. Okay, which means on the right hand side the mirror is placed. So we have to understand what will be the mirror image that will come here. Okay, after the like in the mirror, how the characters will look like. See, guys, in order to solve this question, before that you need to understand few things when it comes to mirror image concept. Okay, so the mirror is placed in this way, right, which is like vertically. Okay, so it reflects the image horizontally. Okay, left and right sides are swapped first of all. So whichever is on this side, okay, which is nearest to the mirror, will come here. Okay, in this position. Okay, understand that thing first. So let's understand by this thing. Let's first of all see the options and let's try to eliminate the ones which are not correct. The S and Z should come here. Okay, S and Z is coming here in this one also. So see, this one everyone is following the same. Now the second thing that you should notice is letter reflections. Okay, so like we have 4 letters, right? N, Z, Q, N, S, Q, and Z. Okay, now you have to understand, in letters also there are different types of letters. Okay, like A is called a symmetrical letter. Okay, because if we would have A in this case, okay, if the mirror would be in this direction, A would reflect as it is. Okay, because A is kind of symmetrical vertically. Okay, because A in this way would reflect the same way. That is why A is a symmetrical. So now we have to understand, in our case also, do we have any symmetrical letters or not? So see, N is not a symmetrical letter. Okay, because N appears reversed. So the reverse like order of N will be what? This one. Okay, this is how N will appear if the mirror is placed on the horizontal, like this vertical side, that is the right side. Okay, so that is why N is not a symmetrical one. Similar goes with the S. S is also not a symmetrical one. So after, like, after the mirror image, it will look something like this. Okay, comes to Q. Q is also not symmetrical. So the tail of Q will go in this direction. Okay, after mirror image. Next is Z. Z is again not a mirror symmetrical character. So after the mirror image, it will look something like this. Now we have understood how the 4 characters or the 4 letters that we have are not symmetrical. So what will be the final answer? So as I told, S will come in this place. Okay, so S will be something like this. Then we have Q. So not Q but Z. Okay, Z will come below S. So Z will be something like this. Then like this. Okay, then next up we have N. So N, the mirror image, after any mirror image, it will look like this. And then Q will look like this with the tail at this end. So now if you see the matching options, S, N, ZQ. First one is matching. So for now, let us consider this is the correct, but let's also analyze the other options also. What was wrong in them? So in the B option, you can clearly see Q is wrongly placed. In C, you can see N is not mirror imaged. So that is why this is wrong. And in D, if you see Z, okay, that Z is not mirror image. So that is why D is also not the correct answer. The correct answer is going to be option number A, which is this one. Okay, hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the next question. Okay, let us look at this problem. Select the option in which the figure pair share the same relationship as shared by the given pair of figures. Okay, so we have these two figure pairs. We have to understand the logic. Okay, what is the relationship they are sharing, or what is the logic that is getting followed in these two figures, and based on that we have to see which of the options figures are also following the same logic. Okay, let us understand. We have three images in the first figure. Okay, this is figure 1 and this is figure 2. Okay, so in the first figure we have three images, and from figure 1 to figure 2 what change is happening is the color is getting alternate. Okay, the one which has black color inside it is getting to white, and the one without color is getting to black. Okay, which means color change. Okay, color change is happening. That is the first logic. Second thing is the centered symbol is in its own place, but the placement of the small characters is getting changed to horizontal. Okay, so we can say horizontal shift, okay, of small symbols. Okay, not the larger one which is in the center. So this is the two things that we have seen and we have noticed that is happening. Okay, let's now, based on these two things, let us now analyze the options. Okay, first thing is, see, in the first figure the color itself is not changing. In the main figure also it is dark, and in the second one also it is dark, so that is why it cannot be the answer. Let's see the second one. Here also color change is not happening, so that is why this is also wrong. In the third one, if you see, color change is happening. Okay, first is getting followed. Let's see the second one, horizontal shift is happening or not. So according to our logic, triangle should come here, not triangle, but this is the diamond. Okay, and then this triangle should go there, and then this should be the like trapezium or whatever, hexagon or whatever is it. And after that the color change should be how? This should be dark and these should be empty. Let's see if it is following. No. See, if you see here it is coming triangle, but according to our logic it should be diamond, right? Because here what it is doing, it is not doing horizontal shift, instead it is doing vertical shift. Okay, like it is moving this way up and this way down, but we want it this way. Okay, like if it is this side, so it should be going there and this one should be going there. Hope you have understood it, though that is why this is also wrong. Let's see the last one, if it is following or not. So the color change is happening. Okay, this one was white, it is getting black, black to white, white to black. Okay, this is following. Okay, horizontal shift is also happening. Okay, so triangle is going there and circle is going here. So this one is the correct one in this case. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is going to be option number D. Hope you have understood it. For any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. Moving on to the next question. Let's look at this question that we have. The question is, select the figure from among the given options that can replace the question mark in the series. Okay, and then we have a series. We have to tell which one will be the next character that is going to come in the series. So let's quickly solve this question by writing the series that is given to us first. And in this series, basically our work is to understand the pattern that is getting followed or the logic that is getting followed. So see, first character is 78, second is 156. Let's understand. 78 when we multiply with 2, what do we get? 2 8s are 16, 2 7s are 14, 1 15. Okay, this is multiplication of 2. Okay, next is what? 156 to 468. Okay, 166, if you multiply with 2, it is less. Okay, less than 468. But if you multiply with 3, let's see, 3 6 are 18, 3 5 are 15 plus 1 16, 3 1 are 3 plus 1 4. Okay, this was multiplication with 3. Okay, we have started seeing a pattern that initially it was multiplied with 2, this one is multiplied with 3. Let's try to continue this pattern and see if we multiply this with 4, do we get this or not? 468 multiplied with 4, 4 8s are 32, 4 is 24 plus 3, 27, 4 4 is 16 plus 2, 18. Yes, the exact pattern is getting followed. That is, next is 1872. Let's see if we follow the same pattern. When we multiplied with 5, 1872 multiplying with 5, 5 2s are 10, 5 7s are 35 plus 1 36, 5 8s are 40, 40 plus 3 is 43, 5 1s are 5 plus 4 9, 9360 is the next character that should come according to our logic. Let's see if we have that option. This one is not the correct. This is also not correct. Yes, option 3 is the correct one. So the correct answer for this question is going to be option C, which is 9360. Moving on to the next question. Let's look at this problem that we have. The question is select the option that is related to the third number in the same way as second number is related to the first number. We have this thing. Let's write it first of all. 140 is to 25. Then 964 is to what? Okay. 964 is to what? Let's understand. So what the question is saying, what is the relationship between these two? Okay, you have to understand that first, and based on that you have to again form a relationship between this and the what will be the next number according to that logical relationship. Let's understand how you will proceed with this type of question. First of all, you will try to find the logic between these two, right? So let's start with maybe like, okay, what if 140 divided by 25? What does it? Okay, 5.6. That is not a clean number. So that does not seem to be any logic according to that, right? Okay, let's ignore that. Let's do addition and subtraction. 140 plus 25, 140 minus 25. Again, we will get some digits, but those also does not clearly seems to be following any logic here. Let's do one more thing. Okay, that is there in my mind, but again I would suggest you pause the video and try to think on your own, and then come up. If you don't get anything, then continue watching the solution. Let's see what we can do. I have 140. Okay, so for 140 what I'm thinking is, what if I add all the digits? Okay, 1 plus 4 plus 0. Okay, I'm getting 5. Is 5 somehow related to 25? Yes, maybe if I do 5 square I can get 25. Yes, so this is the only pattern that will follow in this case. Okay, so you have to understand this pattern, and based on that you have to generate the answer. And see, once you have found a logic, okay, if your logic is not the correct one, then your answer that you will try to find out will not match with the options. Then you have to understand that the logic that I am thinking of is not correct. Okay, so then you have to think some other logic in that case. So let's now try to follow the logic that we have found out. So 964, what we will do, 9 plus 6 plus 4, this will give us what? 19. Okay, 9 plus 6 is 15, 15 plus 4 is 19. Okay, so we are getting the term as 19. What we will do, 19 square. So 19 square is how much? If you know, 19 square is 361. Let's see if we have that option. Yes, the first option itself is 361. So in this way the correct answer for this question is going to be option number A, which is 361. Hope you have understood the logic. Moving on to the next one. So guys, so far we have solved a lot of questions. Now it is your chance, and I have two questions for you, which is your DIY questions. Make sure to attempt these two DIY questions and write down the answers of these two DIY questions in the comment box. DIY as in do it yourself. So you have to do these questions. I am not going to tell you the answers of these questions. Let's read out the problem statement. Aman walks 10 meters north, then turn right and walks 5 meters. He again turns right and walks 10 meters. Finally, he turns left and walks 10 meters. How far is he from his starting point? We have the options as 10 meters, 15 meters, 20 meters and 5 meters. Make sure to solve this question and write down the answer in the comment section. Moving on to the second DIY question that we have for you. In this question, we are told is book is related to pages in the same way as building is related to. So we have four options. Building is related to bricks, cement, floors or rooms. So you have to again answer this question in the comment box. Make sure to attempt both of the questions. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you found the video helpful. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Make sure to join me on Telegram and Instagram as well. You can ask your queries in the Instagram DM as well. And if you need any content, you can request it on our Telegram channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet to receive all the latest regular updates. I regularly post off-campus drives and preparation related videos for placements on my channel. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching the video.